The Next Gen Collector.
Hello and welcome back to the channel. This is Hayden, the Next Generation Collector. And today I'm gonna go over and you're gonna tell me, did I make good trades at the Atlanta Comic Book Convention? Let's get into it. All right, to start off, before I get into the trades, I actually only bought 2 books at this entire convention. I did the rest via trades, and we'll get into what I traded for and what I traded with here in a second. But first 2 books I got. First was Doctor Strange number 170. This is the second issue in his first ongoing series that continued from issue 169. This is actually the first appearance of Nightmare. You can see here, really neat. And then Doctor Strange here in the spectral form. But yep, have you picked this up? And then I also got the first cover appearance of Man-Thing. I know my buddy over there at Mon Comics does not like this cover, doesn't like his artwork on Man-Thing here, how he's depicted, but I collect first cover appearances, and first appearances, but mainly first cover appearances because I believe I want to see the character on the front. But I got both these. I think they were both marked at $30. I think I got a deal where I got them both for, I want to say $45. But yep, these are the only 2 that I paid for at the Atlanta Comic Book Convention. But let's get into the trades. All right, so first up, the first vendor only wanted 3 books that I brought. It was Batman 423. It was about a 6.0 grade range, raw. Then I had a Punisher magazine, the first Origin. It's like right around the 4th appearance of the Punisher, but it's the Origin. It was also lower grade. I got this at a convention a while ago, actually during COVID, when all the prices were high. I got it for like $10. So it goes for, I think I value it about like 50. And then the last one was Daredevil number 4. As you can see, it is not up there anymore. First appearance of the Purple Man in a CGC 4.0. So those are the books that I traded away. They said, we could use these. But the books that I traded for, so you have those, and then I had eye on one bigger book, and then he's like, all right, you have this left in cash. I was like, all right, sounds good. So then I divvied up and picked some other books. So first we have Web of Spider-Man number 1. Really iconic, great cover. I love Black Suit Spider-Man. My favorite costume / variation of Spider-Man. So I had to grab this iconic cover. Didn't have it in my collection. Have you pick it up. Looking to get that Negative Space cover as well, and then possibly that Black Hat cover as well. But super happy to have this one. I think they had it marked at like $20 to $30. I'm not sure. Then we got Thor number 169. This is, I believe, the origin of Galactus. The whole story. I'll toss up a little picture of him. I think it's a Gallon, I think was his name. Guy from the end of the universe, got born into the new one, became Galactus, whole 9 yards. Love this. I don't know if you'd call it an inverse Negative Space cover. Obviously, you can see all the blue stuff is Galactus, and you'll see in the story his origin and everything. But super really cool book. I think they had it at like $65. Presents really well. I don't know if it looks better in the Mylar that I'm showing you guys, but really happy to get this one. Been eyeing, I don't know if you guys have seen, but if you ever want to get Fantastic Four 49, you need to start looking right now. The prices, I remember when I was looking for like 2.0s and they're like $800. I don't know, so much. I've seen some 4.0s to 5.0s around that $500, $600 range. You best believe when he becomes in the MCU, when he shows up, him and the Silver Surfer, done. Through the roof, gone. Same thing I think when the Punisher shows up, and some of these other, and Ghost Rider too, some of these books, I feel like they're going to go through the roof and never come down. But yes, Thor number 169. And last up, the big shebang of kind of the books that I traded with. You let me know. They have this valued around, I want to say $200. I mainly wanted it because I want to collect ASM Raw, spoiler, but it is Amazing Spider-Man 252, the first appearance, thankfully tied, of the first appearance of the Black Suit. This is one of my, it's stupid to say, but this is like one of my top 10 books. I think I have it at like number 5, or no. Yeah, it's like the top 10, probably like, I don't know, it's really up there in terms of my favorite books and the books I really wanted. I wanted a good grade. I don't know, this drop top loader I have kind of has some scratches on it, but it's a newsstand, and I think the only blemish, there's no spine ticks. I think with the press, it can kind of flatten it out. I feel like it's not wavy or anything, but the only issue is, I'll try to zoom in here, is you can see that little tiny blemish up there, which I don't know how much that would affect. I was looking for a 9.0 up, if I'm going to be honest. But I don't think I'll get this graded because I want all my ASM raw, keep it clean. OCD won't take the best of me, but I am extremely happy to have this in my collection. It's going to end up probably taking the spot of one of these other books up here. You know, make this the Spider-Man shelf. Anyway, but that is the first trade. So you let me know if ASM number 252, Thor number 169, and the Web of Spider-Man, I think these were worth this in trade. I don't know. You let me know. Obviously, you know, I don't know if a lot of you have done trades before, but a lot of times you have to trade up for the value of the books. Sometimes 1-to-1, really depends on who you're trading with. A lot of these books, I mean, that little trade, the value that we kind of decided on those books was actually more than I paid, which is really weird. But yeah, so I mean, I personally am happy just to get this because there's a sentimental value. I really like this book. But you guys let me know down in the comments if you think trade number 1 was a good deal. If you would have done it. Which side would you have done it on? If you think it's better on one side, just let me know down in the comments. All right, next up, trade number 2, the bigger of the two, I guess you could say. We traded Secret Wars number 8, 9.0 with the one verified signature to the other ones. You know, it used to be up here. It's gone now. I was really trying to trade that for the 252, but just didn't play out that way. But I got my 252, so I still got the Black Suit Spider-Man. I'll probably just get ASM or Secret Wars 8 back in raw copy. You know, I'm really downgrading my slab collection, which is really weird to do. But so Secret Wars number 8, I'll probably toss a picture of one I had. If not, just toss up a generic one. We had Black Bolt's first appearance in Fantastic Four number 50 something. I don't know. Black Bolt's first appearance in a 5.0. Then Jessica Jones and Alias number 1 in a 9.6. So those were the main 3 that I traded, and then I also tossed in that $10 slab that I found that was signed as Starman number 5, I believe. I don't know if I'll be able to find a picture of that, but I kind of threw that in there, and then a giveaway book that I won, Fantastic Four. I can't remember what it was, but I'll toss it up right here if I have a picture of it, in an 8.5. I basically told them, hey, if you take this deal and give me, you know, be some lenient on the prices, you can just have these books free, you can use them in a giveaway, whatever. So I traded those books. All right, and we're going to get into the books that I traded. So personally, I don't know. This is the one that you guys are going to have to tell me what you think is the best sort of, you know, whatever. Because I'm going to be biased. Because I think I don't quote on one to trade, but I feel like these books that I got here, I will never get rid of opposed to the ones that I obviously did. So let's get into it. So first up, we got ASM number 79. This is the second appearance of the Prowler. It's a really cool cover because you also have Peter Parker on the cover, not Spider-Man. So, yep, second appearance of the Prowler. Kind of, sort of underrated. I know the first appearance of the Prowler in the issue before is kind of going up with, obviously, Into the Spider-Verse, Miles Morales. You know, you guys have seen the movie. You guys know the story. Yes, this was the first book of 4 that I traded for. Next up is another book I was specifically targeting going into this convention, was ASM number 38. This is actually the last book that Stan Lee and Steve Ditko did together on Spider-Man. I believe the issue after is when John Romita Sr. actually took over. So I really want to get this one in, kind of a piece of Spider-Man comic book history here, kind of the turn of the pendulum of, you know, different style, everything. But yep, super happy to get this one in the collection. I believe the only blemish here, I mean, obviously the page could be a little bit wider, but Spider-Man, really good on the cover. I think the only thing really was kind of this little chip right here, but super happy to have this one. Next book up, keeping with the theme here, Amazing Spider-Man number 26. This is the first appearance of the Crime Master, and I also believe the 4th appearance of the Green Goblin. I will double check right there if it's actually like the 4th, or I think it is the 4th. I could be mistaken. I don't think Crime Master has been adapted to any sort of mainstream, like, major movie, or I don't know. It hasn't been adapted yet. So kind of really want to pick up a book. This is my lowest copy of ASM that I now own, 26. Green Goblin on the cover too. Great Spider-Man getting attacked here. I don't know. This beautiful cover. I think in terms of grade-wise, I mean, it's, you know, lower grade, but I mean, it presents insanely well. That's my main thing with these older books. You know, the spine can be a little torn up sometimes, but as long as it presents really well, and ASM books, as long as Spider-Man is unhindered by creases or fading or tape pulls, I think you're in pretty good shape. So, happy to get this one, number 26. Last but not least, still, of course, with main man, Spider-Man, we have ASM number 46, the first appearance of Shocker. I've been specifically trying to gun after this book in terms of all the ASM like rogues galleries. First, one, because it's one of the most affordable, and two, Shocker, I mean, he is almost in like it's like crazy to me that he's not been like used properly in like a major movie or anything. He's in the animated Spider-Man TV show. Very funny scene with him. You know, Shocker.
Shocker! You can't escape me! I'll chase you to the ends of the earth!
He's in a lot, if not like a majority of all the Spider-Man video games. He's usually like, I mean, the new PS4 Spider-Man, I know in the original Spider-Man on PlayStation 2, or might have been PlayStation 1, but PlayStation 2 is the one I played. He was the first villain. So he's like, I don't know, very iconic Spider-Man villain that hasn't really got justice. I know in the MCU, that version, I don't count that. That was stupid. Sorry, that doesn't count. Sorry if you liked this adaptation. No. This is a shocker. Anyway, but super happy to get this one in the collection. It's probably my favorite ASM. Yeah, that's a lie. It's not. I don't know. It's one of my favorite lower keys. Out of the four I got, this is definitely one I like the most. But just talk a little bit more about this book. Another great thing about, obviously, his first appearance of characters when they're on the cover, but it even says his name, the Shocker, the Sinister Shocker, anyway, right there on the front. But he didn't join the Sinister Six, which is kind of, you know, whatever. Yep, very, very happy to get this one in the Spider-Man collection. Going to be going up on this wall right here as well. But now it's up to you in the comments. Let me know if you think trade number 2, would you have done the trade via my end, via the dealer's end? Would you prefer to have this Silver Age, amazing Spidey action / some Bronze Age? Would you like some of this slab, you know, 9.6 modern, you know, Jessica Jones and Secret Wars number 8. I mean, I don't know. You let me know what you guys would have done. I personally just like this one, obviously, a lot more because I'm a Spider-Man fan. But just the fact that I got some Silver Age goodness, you know, less likely to find, you know, more scarce. And Spider-Man will never die. It's one of those things. He is up there with Batman, Superman, I believe now, in terms of popularity, whether you like it or not. But I was really excited to make this video, obviously, because I've been really, this is my first time, my first trading experience, period, when it came to comic books. You know, I've really, you know, always wanted to do it because I prefer to not spend money. Because every now and again, I'll go through my short boxes and be like, you know, I could live without this book. Or if I like go through my short box and I can breeze by the book quickly and not stop and look at it, I'm like, all right, that's probably a book I can trade with. So it's actually nice to know that it is possible. Obviously, it helps when you have one, slab so they can figure out the value, and two, books that people actually want. It's hard to go in and be like, hey, here's my stack of like $3 to $5 to $8 books. Trade me for one big key, because that was one thing that the dealer said. It's like, hey, you know, you gotta let me know what books you're looking at specifically, because you know, they weren't eager to trade in like a very valuable book they can get a premium on for a bunch of books they might sit on for a while. So I don't know, but it is possible. It's really nice to know that it is possible to do these sort of trades and everything. And if you're a really good negotiator, you can, you know, bring in your raw book and really sit that silver tongue to kind of let someone know, hey, this book is actually this grade. Because that's the biggest thing, obviously, with raw books. You kind of have to agree on what the grade is. They're going to say it's lower, you're going to say it's higher. So, you know. But with this experience, I'll definitely be trying to make more trades in the future. Later on, obviously, my current books I have in my collection, I'm really happy where I am. He's still on the trade block. Good old Vision there. If I can find maybe that first full Galactus, or Marvel Spotlight number 5. I feel like the price of those have gone back up. He's tanked. But in terms of what I have here, I mean, Sam Wilson, maybe. I don't know. I'm waiting for the Captain America movie before I even try to even negotiate that. Waiting for Nova News. I like Nova, though. But it seems like these 1, 2, 3, 4 here are going to be here to stay for a while. But you guys let me know, what is the best trades you've done? I want to hear kind of some trades you've done, maybe some ones you hit big on, maybe some ones you didn't hit so big and you actually lost. I just kind of want to hear, kind of see some examples. As a next generation collector, I haven't really seen much people do trades. I've just seen, like, you know, people in passing or on videos, like very brief, like, oh, I traded for this with, you know, whatever. I just want to actually see, one, your experience, books you traded for, what you traded, so I can kind of gauge, like, how people do value-wise, your experience with vendors, if they make you trade up versus if you've done vendors that, trade one-to-one. If you've been able to do trades online, that's the one that I'm also very curious to see if any of you guys had many successful experiences doing trades online, because I'd be very curious to hear that as well. But that just about wraps this one up. Obviously, if you're just now tuning in first time, we just did a 200 subscriber giveaway. We are going to be having a 333 subscriber giveaway. It's probably going to be the only time I do a gimmicky thing like that. 3 digits, 3 numbers, all the same number, 333. It's going to be a little bit leveled up. All the giveaways are going to be a little bit better than the last, if financials allow it. So be sure to subscribe and stay tuned for the next announcements. Once we get closer, probably that 270 to 280 range, I'll show you all the books that we have aligned for the 333 subscriber giveaway package. And once we actually get to that, I'll show you the next one. I still got to start building that one out. I know, very, whatever you call it, for me to think we'll get that far. But you guys have been great, really supportive, love the comments, everything. But I've been talking way too long. Let's hit the outro.